How you doing, guys and gals? This is Doug Wilson from Yellowhawk Customs Outdoors. This is going to be another client offering video. I told you guys that I would try to do them, and I'm giving it my all. So on this client offerings video, I'm going to show two sheath systems. They're a little different than what I normally do. These are kind of special, right? So the first one I'm going to show is a Leather Elite, and this Leather Elite is an actual Leather Elite piggyback. So not only is the main sheath done in black alligator leather, the piggyback sheath is also. Okay, that's the way the client wanted it. He wanted a baldric system. The two knives for this system are the client's knives. They both have the same handle scales. The first knife, the main knife, is a Bark River Grizzly. Peter Kohler's design, made by Bark River. You can see the fuller in there. I mean, this is a pretty distinctive blade. It's getting pretty popular. But this is Pete's design. And basically the designs come from his hand-forged stuff, right? I do a lot of his hand-forged Grizzlies. This is a production model of the Grizzly. So, him and Bark River teamed up to put out some production knives. And here's one of them. It's called the Grizzly. Beautiful knife. I mean, this knife is gorgeous. And I tell you, it's worth the $400 price tag that it has on it, too. This one happens to be CPM 3V, which we all know is my favorite steel. So it's got that going for it. I'm not a huge knife fan. I'm not a big knife guy. I just don't see the utility in them. But for guys who like them, this would be a safe bet. This one here. You can see the Dark Timber logo there. I tell you, I'm trying some new lighting here. I get the same guy on all my videos say that he can't see the knives or the sheaths. I watch the videos. I see the knives and sheaths just fine. So I don't know if he's being a pain in the ass or whatever. So I figured I'd try a new lighting technique out, where I have the light shining directly on the thing that I'm reviewing. Okay, so here it is. This is the Bark River Dark Timber Grizzly in CPM 3V. This has got I don't know, 8+ inch blade, maybe 9 inches. Let's see. I'll get the ruler. I'm not really up on these big knives because I really don't carry them in the field. But let's see what we got here. Alright, so the actual blade is 9.5 inches. A little over 9.5. Alright, it's got that choke up choil there. I wish they would camphor the choil here. Camphor it a little more. But I tell you, this one's better than most. This one has a slight softening of the edges here. But still, I think if you're working with this thing for a while, it's gonna dig in. So I wish they would like camphor the edges just a little bit more, just to make them a little bit more comfortable. But here it is, 9.5 inch blade, choke up choil. It's got a Pete's modified clip point. Beautiful knife. It's got like a swedge going on here in the front. Real thin tip. You know, it's got like a fighter style camp knife, you know. Real thin tip. Okay. Got Bark River's famous, convex grind. Beautiful knife. Beautiful knife. These are like really dark maroon micarta scales. Looks like micarta. Mosaic pin in the center there. Lanyard hole in the back. Pete's phenomenally comfortable handle. Always love Pete's handles. So there's that. All right, got absolute authoritative retention. The next knife, the Piggyback. Now this client wanted this pretty simple. He wanted leather, right? So that's what he gets. He gets leather, right? Over Kydex. So this is full grain leather over a fully functioning Kydex sheath. You know, this whole sheath is Kydex. So is this one. And then I have leather over it. So, and it's this, I wax this stuff. Sometimes I oil it. It depends on what I'm doing. Okay, this has been waxed. It's got a nice coat of wax on it. The client can wax it, you know, once a month or whatever. It should stay fine, right? It's good leather, good quality leather. All right, so the Piggyback Sheath. All right, there it is right there. Is the JX4 bush bat in the same handle scales, same color, mosaic pins, beautiful handles, right? He's got that built-in choil right there, right? That you can really choke up on this thing. He's got the pinky ring thing there, right? And I'll tell you, no wiggle, no roll, no rhythm, you know, nothing, right? Just a great, tough system. He wanted a tabby dangler, so I got a tabby dangler. He wanted his initials in it. So you can see his initials there. I don't know if you can see it. With some tooling and our logo. The Yellow Hawk logo is stamped in there as well. This leather is 9 to 10 ounce Herman oak, which I oil and wax myself, right? So it's strong in the longevity and strength department, you know, the durability department. Because I tell you, there isn't a person out there that can't say that our sheath systems are not durable, because they are, right? They're also very lightweight for what they are. You can see the profile of this sheath is pretty slim compared to that of the knife, right? It's pretty slim, and I'm able to do that because I follow the contours of the knife somewhat, and I do not make pancake style sheaths, which are ½ inch wider, you know, just by nature of what a pancake sheath is. It has to be quite a bit wider, and you know, not heavy. This is a pretty lightweight rig, if you ask me, even with the leather on it, because the leather is not overly thick. So there it is, Baldric system. Got a tabby dangler on there. Nice strong sure up plate, 3 layers wide, right? 3 layers of strength there. You got 2 on the tabby dangler plate, 1 on the tab, 3 layers of Kydex there, very strong. 1-inch D-ring on the front. Got a 2-inch D-ring for the tabby dangler on the back, which also serves as the back attachment point for your Baldric. Now I'm going to stand up. I'm going to show you how this thing rides, right? You can take the tabby dangler, fold it back, and still use the Baldric system, right? So let me move my chair, okay? So there it is. Let me take my neck knife off so it doesn't interfere with anything. I do have a Beach and Tactical sling on it right now. This is my sling. The client did not opt for a sling. He has his own. So there it is. So you can wear it vertical Baldric, right? Where you can actually swing this thing out of the way if you don't, you know, if you don't want it in front of you. Swing it out of the way, do whatever you need to do, bring it back around, right? You can put it in all kinds of different, you know, positions. So there's that. You can also use this in vertical Baldric carry. You just undo the front clip, bring it around to the 2-inch D-ring, clip it in on the other side of the tabby dangler, and you got vertical Baldric carry. Okay? And you can still fold that tabby dangler down. Okay? So there it is. I'd have to rearrange the the sling in order for it to ride, you know, nice and slim. But just real quick, show you how it rides. Right? And you just pick it up, draw it. This is the reason I don't like vertical baldric, is you have to grab the sheath to get it out. It's a pain in the ass, right? But undo this, right? Undo it. I put it around my neck. Snap it back into the forward D-ring. Put your arm through, and you got horizontal baldric carry again, which is my favorite style of baldric carry. Right? It's just more convenient that way. All right. So there it is. If you want to, you can take a Ranger band and put it around here. If you want to secure this tabby dangler so that it doesn't go anywhere. It pretty much stays there, but sometimes it droops a little bit, you know. You can also take the leather loop off. Just undo the 2 screws and take it off. And the tab still stays on there. So this is the Yellow Hawk Customs Outdoors Leather Elite Piggyback System. Okay? It's the Bark River Dark Timber Grizzly with that choke-up choil. Got that fuller there. One on the other side too. Got Pete's logo, you know. 1/4 inch thick. This thing's pretty thick, right? CPM 3V. So there's the knife. Beautiful knife. It's a beautiful knife. And then the JX4 bush bat as a piggyback. Okay. That's it. There's that one. Okay. Let me set this one aside. Take a seat. Okay, on to bigger and better things, right? This is, I don't know if it's better, but it's not even bigger. It's about the same size. Okay, so when I design a sheath system, I design it according to the geometry of the knife, okay? This knife here, the Kuma tack, this is the Sly Steel Kuma Lone Survivor, okay? The Kuma Lone Survivor, right? Kind of a machete, kukri, survival knife type deal, right? And, you know, it's got that bottle opener for those beers you might find on that survival situation, you know. Sometimes I find beers on survival situations, don't you? Just a little knife humor, okay? Aggressive spine here, right? So because of that aggressive spine and the geometry of the knife, I did something a little different, right? And I've made these before, I just don't make a lot of them. I made a pop top, okay? Now, my pop tops are very secure. You know, you can listen to this thing, right? That's pretty secure. That's not coming out of there unless you pop it out of there, okay? So, put it in there, lock that thing, and it's good to go, right? It also has a Izula 2 with micarta scales, piggyback on it. There it is, the Izula 2. Now this is my knife. This is my mold knife, my Izula 2. The Kuma is the client's knife, right? This is, I tell you, this thing's a beast. It's I tell you, it's not a 1/4 inch thick, and I think that is a good choice for something like this. 1/4 inch thick would make it too heavy, right? This knife is really not that heavy, but it's a good chopper because of that forward belly. Okay? It's got good ergonomics. It's got a comfortable handle. And like I say, I'm not into these types of knives. You know, these non-traditional geometry, survival, you know, knives like this. But if I were to go for something like that, I might purchase something like this, right? This would be a beast in the backcountry, right? So there it is, Sly Steel Kuma, and it's the Kuma Lone Survivor. 3/16 is the stock on this. Good choice, good choice. Let's see, I don't know the steel. I would tell you, I would think $10.95 for the steel since it's a tops item. I believe it's a tops knife made for Sly Steel. You know, that organization, right? So basically, this is how it works. I got a tabby dangler, right? And you just fold the tabby dangler back, use it as a baldric rig, which for a knife this size, I probably would only carry it baldric style, or hooked to a pack where I can readily deploy the weapon, right? So basically what I have here is a pop top, and I got, you know, spread out points along the spine. One for the tip of the blade to put the tip in, one for the finger choil there to snap that thing in, okay? So it's not coming out of there, right? And there it is, right? Here's the piggyback sheath. It's got a face mount ferro rod with a standard, our standard compass on it, right? Client didn't ask for this, I just gave it to him, right? I like doing that sometimes, giving people stuff. 2-inch D-ring. This is 9 to 10 ounce. Actually, this is 10 ounce. Herman oak leather. He didn't ask for his initials or any tooling or anything, so I just put the Yellow Hawk logo in there. It's oiled and waxed, very thick. For a knife like this, gotta have a thick piece of leather, right? Very rigid, very stable, very secure. Good to go, right? Oiled and waxed. Fold it back, and you got yourself a great baldric carry. There it is. In order to deploy the weapon, put your thumb back here, right? Fingers on the handle, pop it out, right? And you're right there, right? Right? You're right there with that draw. Boom, right? Put your hands around the handle and you're there. Okay? So, quick deployment. Real easy, real simple, real secure. Got the tabby D-ring and shore up plate there. Real thick, 3 layers thick there. Very strong. Again, this is my sling. And the client will get his own. Alright? There it is. With these pop tops, you got to be careful. You can't just go whoom and it's in, right? Like a regular retention, right? You got to put that tip in first. Once the tip is in, right? That's what she said. Once the tip is in, you're safe, right? Then you just drive her home, you're good to go, right? Real quick deployment. That's it. Okay. That was fun. Give you a good look at it, right? Turn it around. I'll pop out the tabby D-ring or the tabby dangler. You know, you can also wear this on your belt. It's not extremely heavy. It doesn't weigh as much as the leather rig because those two knives together are heavier than this knife. Okay, because that's, you know, that's a 1/4 inch thick piece of steel. This is 3/16. There's a big difference in the actual weight of these knives. Although this one does have a belly, they could be close. I tend to believe that this one here is lighter than the Grizzly. But neither here nor there. Tough system, easy to carry. You know, the longevity is there. You're going to have these things for the rest of your life and your kids' lives. Their kids, their kids. That's how we build them. All right, here's the back of it. He didn't want anything else. This is all he wanted on it. You know, honestly, I could put a Altoids tin back here, a Hawk Light assembly. I could put a tactical Hawk Light right here. He didn't want it. He wanted it simple. And I know why guys do that in a lot of cases. They want to keep it lightweight, right? Which is good. It's good. But if you think about it, you know, if I put a flashlight on here, that's what? An ounce or two, maybe. If I put an Altoids tin assembly on there, 5-6 ounces if it's full, a full tin, you know. So, but I tell you, as strong as they are, they're still fairly lightweight for what they are because of the build techniques we use. All right, there it is. Good to go. Alright guys, that's it. Hope you enjoyed this video. I appreciate all the support from all you guys. This is Doug Wilson from Yellowhawk Customs Outdoors. Thanks for watching. See ya on the next video.